Time with Ananse.
Bonjour, ça va très bien, merci. Don't wait for more, because that is the best you can get from me when it comes to speaking French. And it's interesting because you're very, very close to us as a country. Yeah, wondering who I'm talking about? I'm talking about our neighboring sisters and brothers, Ivorians from Ivory Coast. Interestingly, sometimes it feels like Nigeria is closer to us as a country than Ivory Coast. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we have a common language, that is the English that we speak, or because we had the same colonial masters. You told me in the comment section, yeah? Now back to Ivory Coast, we share a boundary with them at the west side. That is, Ghana shares a boundary with Ivory Coast at the west side, a direct boundary. So it's very, very interesting, or should I say it's very, very sad that most Ghanaians, including me, can make a perfect French sentence. We can't. Can you? C'est bon? Let me know in the comment section too as well. But don't worry your head about it. As usual, Ananse is here to help with the right information about Ivory Coast, its people, its history, and more, as he takes us on an imaginative boat ride to the coast of Ivory Coast. Rhymes, coast of Ivory Coast. Now, if today is your first time listening to our podcast, you are welcome. Akwaba. Make sure you share, like, follow, and listening to our previous episodes, as you're going to have a quality time doing so. Name is Nana Kwesi Jawasari, and I'm your host for this podcast. Now, if you're ready, as a yam Ananse, tell us about Ivory Coast.
Time with Ananse.
Ivory Coast is a French-speaking country in West Africa, bordering Ghana in the east, Burkina Faso, Mali in the north, Guinea and Liberia to the west, and to the south lies the Atlantic Ocean. So Ivory Coast is not a landlocked country.
What is a landlocked country?
So they are countries who do not have direct access to an ocean or to the sea.
Oh, okay.
Out of 55 countries we have in Africa, 16 of these countries are landlocked. The likes of Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Central African Republic, Chad, Ethiopia, Lesotho, Malawi, Mali, Niger, Rwanda, South Sudan, Swaziland, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe are all landlocked countries.
Oh, okay.
Unlike Cote d'Ivoire, which is not a landlocked country, they have direct access to the sea. The word Cote d'Ivoire is the French version of the word Ivory Coast. The name goes back to pre-colonial times of West Africa, where the European traders gave names to coast according to the prevalent traded product. When you come to Ghana, that used to be called
Gold Coast.
Coast. They used to trade gold mostly around the coast. So it is called Gold Coast. But with Ivory Coast, they traded more of ivories. The meaning of Ivory Coast came from its trade in elephant tusk or ivory. Or another person or people would also call it the elephant teeth. So you could see that long protruding white thing out of the elephant's mouth. It is called ivory.
What are some of the uses of ivory?
It is used to produce ornaments. It is also used for jewelries. The ivory can be used for piano keys and also for chess sets.
Piano keys.
For traditional healers or people that deal in traditional medicine, view ivory as a healing element. Using ivory powder to create medicine for variety of sickness. So that is how significant the ivory is for the traditional people or people that deal in traditional medicine. Not forgetting one of the most important thing about Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
they are known for the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans. In the whole world,
Wow.
they are known for the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans. So anytime you go to Ivory Coast, try and find more about their ivory and try and get some chocolate from Ivory Coast. This is Time with Ananse.
Time with Ananse.
Merci, Ananse. Thank you very, very much for that in-depth knowledge on Ivory Coast. Now you know why the name Ivory Coast, what is a landmark country, and what ivory is used for. Name is Nana Kwesi Jawasari. As usual, I'm honored to be a host of this podcast.
Time with Ananse.
Let us know if you've been to Ivory Coast before, your experience in Ivory Coast, if you learned anything whilst you're in Ivory Coast, if there's any new information you want to add to what Ananse gave us, is warmly welcome. Also, if you're an Ivorian and you felt like there's more information we need to know, something special about Ivory Coast, something unique, something scary, or something about your history, let us know. Once again, share, like, follow the podcast to support us, and make sure you tell a friend about us so they can get update information on what is happening from the man Ananse. So from Nathaniel Kwe, aka Ananse, and myself, Nana Kwesi Jawasari, we say thank you once again. Make sure you come back to check up on our future episodes, and let's get interactive. My handle is at Nana Kwesi Live on all social media platforms at Nana Kwesi Live, and that of Ananse is Mr. Gentleman on all social media platforms. Know one thing, you're beautiful, you're handsome. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and what you cannot achieve. With God, hard work, and consistency, all things are possible. See ya.